Hey guys, so I have Sector 2 for you today of Conquest 25. I'm going to apologize again because I am still evidently losing my voice. Hopefully, this will be pretty straightforward though. There's nothing too crazy here in terms of getting these feats done. I think almost anybody will be able to do them depending on your roster build. But we'll go over the feats and then I'm going to show you some gameplay from both my account and Professor X, Zeris Alt. And then that way you can have an idea on what to do here. So, like I said, pretty straightforward. Defeat 50 enemies with Rebel Fighter units. You are going to be able to get this done even if you don't have like the full classic Mon Mothma team built. I personally don't have it built, so it's really great to know that it's still doable. Gain health steal up 20 times. This is going to be pretty quick depending on what teams you have, but there are tons of teams that are going to make this go through very, very quick, and it's only 20 times, which is perfect. Attempt to inflict 120 thermal detonators. So depending on your roster, this one is a little bit daunting. If you don't have Rey or Jabba, I think it's going to take a little bit of time to kind of rack these up, depending on how your roster is built, of course, and how what kind of data discs you get and how survivable your bounty hunters or scoundrels may be. But I'll show you a couple of things that I've noticed. And then gain damage immunity 20 times. This is pretty straightforward. You could theoretically try to cheese it on a nest node or anything like that. I'm going to explain to you why I'm not cheesing it, and we'll have a look at the video footage, and I'll give you some of my logic for what I'm doing, and as well as some other ideas that may work for you if these ones aren't working. All right, guys, so I want to start with the thermal detonator feat. You have to inflict or attempt to inflict 120 of them. This is on the Professor X account, so he does not have Rey, he doesn't have Jabba. The reason why I think those two are strong, and I'll show you it next, is because they're just going to be able to get the thermal detonators out there quicker. So I'm relying on bounty hunters for him. So we're going against the mini boss node, so everybody has access to this node. I did try this with Zamlead as well, and it did not work as effectively, in my opinion, for me. I just found that I died way too quickly. Zamlead got me 8 thermals. I will say as well, I don't have the best data discs on this account yet, so I do want to go back to this sector once I've gathered all of the data discs and try this again with Zamlead, because Zamlead, you're going to be inflicting thermals anytime you do a special, so you're going to be getting more of them out. This one, though, even though, and I'm just going to speed this up for you, it does result in a loss. I did get more thermals out this way by using Bosk lead. So you're getting the thermals with Zam and you're getting the thermals with Greedo. Zam, obviously, with her second special, she's able to inflict an additional stack of thermals on anybody who already has them, which is why, in my opinion, she's pretty good to have here. Jabba and Rey, though, are going to be able to get it done a lot quicker. So if you do have those, I would recommend using them. So like I said, I had 8 before I started going with Zamlead, and I went up to 19, so I got 11. It's not ideal. I want to try it again with better data discs. So this is on my own account where I do have Rey. I don't have Jabba yet. But Rey, the reason why she's going to work really nicely, and you can see I'm going to do it right away on this Karth node, she's just going to go in with 4 Jawas. So we're going to take all of them except for Dacha. So we want Jawa, Engineer, you want Scavenger, because Scavenger's unique is what you really, really want here. And then Chief Nebbit. So just the 4. They're light side, so they're going to benefit from Rey's damage immunity as well. And you'll see, because of Scavenger's unique, the enemy team just gets absolutely covered in thermals very quickly. So we're just going to start and see what happens. You can see they're just racking them up on themselves here, and you just kind of wait it out. And the great thing here, like I said, because they're light side, they're getting the damage immunity from Rey, so they're not dying yet. They're not going to really take any turns to remove that damage immunity. So you're most likely going to 3-star the node as well and get some damage immunity this way. And you can see I did 120 thermal detonators in one fight. So it's done, it's 3-starred, and I got some damage immunity while I was at it. Okay, so let's now have a look at Rebel fighter kills. So like I said, I don't have the perfect Mon Mothma squad built, so we're going to try and cheese it against this Geonosian node. I use the term cheese lightly, but we're going to do the very, I feel like it's standard now, Traya lead with Jedi Master Luke and Watt kind of as our like core trio here, just so that the Geos die off from Traya's leadership ability. And then I'm going to take 2 Rebel fighters, and I specifically am going to take 2 support Rebel fighters, so Cassian and Biggs. The reason why I'm doing that is because I have 2 Gray Zealous Ambition data discs equipped, so they are going to benefit hugely from those discs and hit even harder, which is great because we want them doing the kills. So pretty straightforward. You guys know how this starts, so I'm going to speed it up. But you are going to tank tech to Jedi Master Luke and hopefully get the ability block from him so that the Geos just basic him. They ruin their own health, as you can see from Traya's leadership. And then Biggs and Cassian here are going to be the ones that can come in and hopefully get the kills. Unfortunately, one of them does get sniped by, I believe, Traya or Jedi Master Luke. I can't remember which one. But either way, it's pretty straightforward. 3-starred the node as well, which is fantastic. And then we got 5 kills there with the Rebel fighters because, like I said, Traya sniped that one at the end, but that is fine. So pretty straightforward. Okay, guys. So I actually have 2 Geonosian nodes in a row here, which is kind of nice. So I could have done it again and gotten some more. However, I wanted to try and do health steal for you. So this is the team that I decided to go with, and I changed it a little bit because I completely forgot about a character that also has health steal. That will be really beneficial here. So we're going to do Palpatine lead with Mara, and then I am going to take Starkiller. You don't need Starkiller necessarily because Starkiller doesn't have health steal. It's Visa's that has health steal, and then Grandmaster Yoda. If you don't have Starkiller, I would just run Palpatine, Mara, 2 Empire or Sith allies, and then Grandmaster Yoda as well. But with this quote-unquote Starkiller built team, you're going to go through on the Geos and remove their turn meter here, hopefully, and then you want to keep in mind that Palpatine is a support character, so he is going to do more damage with Zealous Ambition, but you're going to use his second special to get health steal up on everyone. I'm only basicking with him because I don't want to kill all of the Geos before Visas and Yoda get to take a turn, so we're just kind of going slowly. Yoda's going to spread health steal to everyone with his second special, so you get another 5 that way, and then Visa's first special is also a health steal up for all of the allies, so you get another 5 right there. So you're already at 15 from one battle. And obviously if the battle went longer, you could theoretically get some more that way. But pretty straightforward, and now you just have 5 to clean up while you make your way through the sector. All right, so another team that is going to be good for health steal up. It's also going to be good for damage immunity 20 times. It's also going to count for your separatist wins globally is Grievous droids. So, or Grievous Jango, essentially. So you're going to take your General Grievous Core 4 team, and then I chose to take Droideka. You could take Jango instead. You could take Droideka and Jango if you wanted to. Either way. And then just have health, damage immunity and health steal here and separatist wins. Grievous droids is pretty much one of my go-to teams to go against Grand Inquisitor nodes, which is why I'm showing you this fight in particular, because you're able to make your way through the sector while working on these feats at the same time. So again, you're going to get the damage immunity from Droideka because her second special, she's just going to roll into it every single time. And then Grievous's second special is health steal up, so he's able to get that for you. It's only on him though, so it is only going to count for 1 every time he does it. Keep that in mind. And then obviously it's a whole separatist team, so you're able to go through, get the win, get a tally for a separatist global feat, get a tally or 2 for your damage immunity, however many you can rack up with Droideka or Jango if you bring him instead, or both of them. And then however many health steals you can rack up with Grievous as well. And that way you can work on 3 feats at once. Okay, guys, so let's have a look at the mini boss. It is a JTR, so a Ray Jedi training led resistance team. It does have Ben Solo on it as well. And one of the feats is to win without any Jedi, Sith, or unaligned Force users in your team. So normally my go-to would be clones plus Chewbacca. And then I remembered at the last minute that we want separatist wins, and a Grievous team is a full no Jedi, Sith, Force users team. And we also want damage immunity, which is why I'm going to bring Droideka instead of Newt. And why not get those feats while we're doing this mini boss feat at the same time, right? So that's why I switched at the last minute. It is a little bit of a longer battle just because no one here is taking advantage of Zealous Ambition, obviously. And it is pain with Ben there. You can't kill Rey right away. So you obviously need to make your way around the team. The good-ish thing is you're kind of able to slow their turn meter down with target lock. Original Finn on the far left there is cleansing all of that target lock off of them, though. I did want to get rid of Resistance Hero Finn first, though, just to make sure I wasn't going to get any debuffs from him and have him healing the team as well on top of Finn. So once we're through there, we can spread target lock around and just kind of keep going. And then, like I said, you're going to get your damage immunity from Droideka. So anytime I could roll her into it, I did. And anytime I could get a health steal with General Grievous, I tried to get one there so that I could tally those up as well. And then get the feat for not having Jedi, Sith, or unaligned Force users for this battle, and then obviously the full Separatist team, and you're good to go. You're going to have to do this again because the second feat on this boss is to win with Kylo Ren surviving, original Kylo Ren, who is an unaligned Force user, so you can't double dip the boss, or the mini boss here. You have to do this twice. So you can see I finished the health steal up feat, I finished the Hokey Religions, and we got a tick towards Separatist. And now we can go back in and do it again with Kylo Ren on the team. So I am going to use Bam, Han, Chewie, and Dash as my core 4, and then have Kylo Ren kind of get dragged along, so to speak, for the 5th member, the surviving member. Dash is the one that's going to take advantage of the Zealous Ambition discs I have equipped, because he is the support character here. So again, I wanted to get rid of Resistance Hero Finn as quickly as possible, which is why I shot him first. And then all we're just doing is waiting to get our turn here, putting damage immunity on, honestly, whoever. You can't give it to Kylo, unfortunately. But then Dash is the one that's going to AoE the team to smithereens, essentially. And you can just get your way through. Make your way through. Controlling them with the turn meter remover is really helpful with Han, and then you're able to just keep them stun locked, remove their turn meter, and make your way through the boss with Kylo surviving that way. So again, that has 2 Zealous Ambition discs equipped on there to make Dash hit that hard. Okay, so now we are at the boss, which is a BAM-led scoundrel team. And you need Gideon to survive. So mine is gear 11. He's not geared. But we're going to take the same 4 core. And I did try this originally shooting Armorer first, and it's not as smooth. So definitely shoot Bam first, just to kind of delay him going into his Whistling Birds. And then that way you can make your way through afterwards. You want to get Bam out as quickly as possible if you can. And then I chose to make my way. Obviously, I'm getting stuck behind this taunt. But I want to get through and get Queel out as quickly as possible, get IG out as quickly as possible. And then Hondo is actually pretty annoying in this fight, but it seemed okay. If Gideon takes a turn, you want to use his second special to remove turn meter from anyone, just to kind of keep them from taking turns and hurting you. And then keep in mind that Hondo can counter. So if you can target someone else, unlike me, you won't get countered on Gideon that way. So again, 2 Zealous Ambition discs equipped, and I did have 1 Volatile Accelerator just to get the extra dots out there. So now we need to do this battle again because Moff Gideon is a support character. And you need to win without using any support in your team. So again, they're making us do the battle twice, which is fine. And we're going to go in with a full Jedi squad. I wanted to have a team that I would be able to get around taunt if necessary. I would be able to heal if necessary, stun anyone, etc. Obviously, because we're not using support, we're not taking advantage of Zealous Ambition discs. So Jedi Knight Luke lead because I really like using his leadership ability. 1, to slow the enemy down. But 2, just to call everyone to assist, get that heal going again, and then give Luke another turn. And he can do either his mass stun or whichever ability you have up. But usually I prefer to do the mass stun right after it, which you'll see. Jedi Knight Revan, obviously another way to heal, and then to get around the taunt with his mark. So those are kind of the key characters that I really liked. And then, of course, General Kenobi can cleanse, which is really helpful for the flames and the healing immunity and all of that kind of stuff. You want to get rid of that. So pretty straightforward. I want to get rid, again, of Bam as soon as possible because his whistling birds are going to be what really does hurt us. So now we can stun everybody. And you also don't want him giving damage immunity to people, right? Like, then this fight's just going to take even longer. So if you can get rid of him first, or as soon as possible, it's really helpful. And I feel like it gives you like a little bit more of control back. Obviously, Mace has his Shatter Point rework in there. If you can target whoever has it and then call whoever you need to gain protection back, it's another great way to kind of keep this battle going, keep everyone surviving so that you can get through it with the 3 stars, which is why I chose to call Revan when I did, because he needed the protection. And then you can just kind of make your way through. It is a little bit slower than I would enjoy personally, but overall it works pretty decently. I really like having the cleanse. I like having 2 ways to heal essentially, and then you can just call it good. And this is the team that I personally think would get you the 3 stars if you're having problems with the other one, but pretty straightforward otherwise. Okay, so that is Sector 2. Like I said, pretty straightforward. Obviously, there are characters that are going to make your time in Sector 2 a lot smoother and easier to get through. But overall, it does seem completely doable in terms of the feats and just getting through. Again, I want to reiterate what I would do in my own personal preference is not to necessarily worry so much about, inflicting thermal detonators or getting those rebel fighter kills or anything like that while you're making your way through, especially if you have a roster that is really reliant on picking up specific data discs or finding specific enemy nodes to kind of like cheese it on or anything like that. If you can make your way through the sector and get the data discs first and then go back, it is a little bit easier that way. So you're not just wasting energy on losses or failed attempts or anything like that. Hopefully my voice lasts, and I will see you tomorrow for Sector 3.